Well, we'd like to say welcome to another brand new edition of the program, The Bottom Line. And the bottom line comes away every Tuesday and Friday right here on the Bottom Line platform. And we are streaming to you via Facebook uh, from our group page and also our homepage, as well as on YouTube. So you can catch us everywhere on YouTube, on Facebook, and our handle is the Bottom Line Liberia, and you can also find us on Bottom Line. So we are all over the place, and we're happy to be here again this evening, this 15th day of February, the second month in 2022, and we are like moving gradually. Paul, what's up?
Well, not much. Before it's good to see you and it's good to be back. And how's Norway?
Well, Norway is fine. We've been having a lot of snowfall since how many days now? Almost a week now, and more expected. I think from tomorrow again. So yeah, we having a lot of snow here.
Wow, you guys are blessed, man. On our end here, it's just been raining.
I
Yeah,
know, I know.
in UK,
When
the
I was
thing is,
in Southampton, we
yeah,
had this little snow, and the
yeah,
university was closed. But we the Norwegian students, we didn't. For me, I didn't listen to the news that morning that the university was closed, right? And I
yeah.
took a bus when I got on campus. It was like because very little snow
That's
that can't
right.
even be 2 inches, and
Yeah.
then so nobody, the whole place closed, and we were like the group of Norwegians, we were there and we were waiting, and they said no, no, no school today. Why? Because of the snow.
It's
Say
no,
what? I mean, no, it's no fun, Paul. If you go outside, you got a 50 centimeter of snow almost going to your knee, between your knee and your ankle. So,
I mean, I know that because I was in Russia for many years, so I know the kind of
yeah,
but
you
in
know
the
for true.
UK, if you get 1 centimeter of snow, everywhere they shut down completely. So
I tell you.
Scotland is different because they have it all the time.
Mhm.
But on this end, no. Yeah, it's just been raining, and February is one of the coldest months in Europe. Dude,
Yeah,
it's been freezing cold, but no snow, and then the rain comes in and just put you off. Yeah. Well, it's good
that's the
to
worst one. Cool and then rain. But
yeah.
actually, when the snow is pouring down, it's not that cool. But we expect because right now it's full moon, so we expect half moon is going to be cool. But I would like to say welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the bottom line. Paul is there in the UK, and I'm here in Norway, so we are spread up all over the place. We expect that Andre Jallo will be joining us, hopefully from Belgium. So it's like we got our tentacles spread up all over the place. And please help us to share the video or also like the video and encourage your friends, invite your friends from your own group to join us. Tonight we'll be discussing several issues, if time permits, and we'll be looking at this remark by the special assistant to President Joe Biden. I mean, a lot have been said about this thing. Almost every media institution, like Liberia, has been saying something about it, and so it's nothing new. But the thing is that, they say many heads are better than one head. So no matter how much people talk about this, everybody will look at it from different angles. So I guess how much you have heard about it, still, if people talk about it from different perspectives, you're also going to learn something new. So Paul and I will be trying to look at some of what was said in that particular statement remarks by the special assistant to President Joe Biden. And by the way, Paul, just before we kick off, how did you see the program, the past centennial?
Well, the thing is, I didn't know that they even had a program because I spoke to people in Monrovia. They were carrying on their normal life, like nothing happening until later on. Then I saw clips of people at the stadium. I think I said, "Oh, something is actually happening." Look, I spoke to people. They didn't even know what was happening in Liberia. So that spirit, I don't think it was dead. So I think it became a CDC event. That's how I see it.
And the the interesting part about it was that this should be, I will look at it. I will look at it from a critical point. Probably a lot of people might not like the way I see it, but we've been. I'm one person when this whole bicentennial thing started. I thought people were going to celebrate it in a sense that Liberia is going to be 200 years old soon, and of course it's not now because Liberia is going to be 200 years old in 2047. I mean, since we got our independence, right?
Yeah.
1847 up to 2047 will be 200 years old. But then they brought about this bicentennial, which marks the arrival of the first group of slaves in Liberia. And we had this divide, tribal divide in Liberia, where people talk about Congo country and whatever. And this divide has been there all of our lives. Some of us were born and we heard about it, we met it, and we live it. And then we're celebrating the arrival of the so-called Congo people. So I don't know. So I
But
just don't know how it fits in the minds of people who believe in preaching this country Congo divide. How does that fit in their mind?
it's all hypocrisy, my brother. That how I see it. You if you talk about election coming, they will say, "Oh, the Congo men want to rule,"
Mm-hmm.
but then you celebrating the coming. That's hypocrisy. No matter how, it's pure hypocrisy. But then, why they couldn't have waited for exact 200 years of independence? Because Liberia, remember, the country people been there before. People on
Mm-hmm.
the land before the settler came. So why push the thing you already preaching the language or these people there with all for over 100 plus years? You use it as reference now to get them back in power. But then you celebrating the coming, that hypocrisy at the highest level. And they were using the occasion to some sort of get finance, to get some finance for this. It's all about money. It's not about promoting the thing. That's why people didn't imagine, all right, 200 years of arrival. It's not everybody should be involved.
Surely.
So
And
how
and
come it just became a CDC program?
and I will also think that, I mean, like I said, people will not like how I say it, but and I'm not saying it from a dividing point, but I would have thought that it would be the settlers or their children who will be celebrating this thing. Because say we the country people we feel that there's this divide country and Congo, we shouldn't be part of this. We be the because what if I go there to celebrate, what am I celebrating? I was not part of the settlers.
Thank you. Thank you. But that was a hypocrisy at the highest level. They could have waited for the exact 200 years of independence and get everybody involved. But now because
Probably, I think that's going to happen 2047, and if we are lucky, we're going to be around, but probably very old. But then the group that wanted to do this thing so much because of some reason, most of them may not, even if they are around, they may be incapacitated at that time.
yeah,
Okay, 2047, we're talking about, this is 2022, we're talking about some 25 years, I think.
yeah, you could still be around, my brother. You will live
Yeah,
off
we'll
your
still be around, but how active can we be, or those people be? Because remember, Liberia is
all right.
changing. A
All
new
right.
breed of people will be around.
Let me tell you something, Linford.
Hmm.
Remember they had a Y2K, the new millennium.
Yeah.
Right. The preparation for the new millennium did not start just two years before. The
No.
preparation started 25 years towards that time. So if we're talking about celebrating 200 years, the preparation should start now. Now, what happened? Something that would lack in Liberia is patriotism. We not, so you can start building it up now for the love of country until that time. So the new breed of kids that come in, or you start building this Liberianness in them until that 200 years. And by that 200 years, Liberia have now moved to another level. You see, because now it's that we're in a stone age. So we will be living from the stone age to probably another stage. by that time. So if the preparation starts now, they will have, or some all may not be around, some all will be around. We can't tell, but let the preparation start now, building towards that end.
Yeah, actually, you saying it rightly, but the thing is, like I said, the group that is benefiting now probably they might not be able to benefit at that time because we expect new breed of people to be in power and you know.
What I would say they'll still benefit, because if you reap today, you plan the children for tomorrow. Because what happened in a situation now, before the Civil War, we couldn't tell how many Liberians were millionaires. But during the Civil War, people like Benina Ure became a millionaire overnight. So now he gonna pass all that wealth gonna go to his children. So this children. So those so that group, they're reaping now for tomorrow for their kids and their grandkids.
Okay, having said that, let's look at the style of celebration of the event itself. We saw that seditions wore their berets, their partisan berets, and they went. Some of them wore their partisan T-shirt, and they went on this field in full, as if it was a partisan something like campaign trail or something. So what about other people who went there, from different parties, and I mean just as Liberians, because this thing concerns Liberians. So how I don't know how to ask a question, but how did it go down well with people who went there just as Liberians or from different parties, and how did it go down well with seditionists who went there as partisans, to probably honor the president or something? I don't understand.
But the thing is, I don't think it even went down well with the sedition. Yet be blunt here, because from some of the information I got from the ground, people were even paid to go to this program. People didn't know what the program was all about. They were just there. And some of the pictures that came out, some of the old man were even sleeping. They didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, I saw several pictures. I saw several pictures of people who are looking so frail, people who are looking very tired, people who were like unconcerned. They didn't even care about what was going on,
They
and
didn't
but they
know.
had on that beret, and you
Yeah.
could see a group of them sitting somewhere. I know at a gas station yesterday, a group of women sitting in isolation, and
Yeah.
I don't know, but in any case, the program was held, and then the next thing we'll look at is our traditional friends, the Americans. When anything happens in Liberia, if the American people don't pull up, will not be satisfied. Let me tell you, a sick man, Liberian man sick and lie on that bed. If you tell him, my man, we'll get visa to go to America, that man will get up.
You get better.
Trust me. you know, I got this joke. We got this joke here in Norway where the Norwegian will ask us, "Where's your country?" We say our country is way somewhere on the west coast of Africa, and they ask us which country colonized you. When we say America, they say, "What? America colonized you, or you related to America?" We say, "Yeah." They say, "Okay, you must be well off in Africa. You must be well off." But it's the opposite. It's the opposite because everything connected with America around the world is seen to be the best. But here we are, and I don't want to spoil America's name. America has always been there with us, but our governance system is just so bad that America will get tired doing what it's supposed to do. I mean, they've done it. When I grew up, okay, my father was going to school, when I was born, and I still remember my father, they used to go to school and they'll come home with this careful stuff, something like yogurt, something in it, brown, I don't know, a chocolate or what,
Yeah.
porridge, and they used to bring it. America has been there for a very long time for us. They had a careful program. They had what you call it, Peace Corps. Most of the Peace Corps we saw, and it's all American effort to lift Liberia from the dungeon, to lift Liberia from the darkness in Africa. But yet, our bad governing system has made even the Americans or even other people who wanted to help us to get tired. But it's like, you send your son to school, you send him to private school. Those of us from Liberia those days, when your parents send you to private school, that big thing, right? Okay. So you send your son to private school, and the guy doesn't want to do anything good. I mean, he doesn't care. He will not even go to school. You think you continue to pay that money in a private school?
Oh no, no, that's not the case. Yeah, the
See?
question. Yeah, so that's what happened. Like, but the thing with it's annoying to I think America, to be honest.
Mhm.
They have invested heavily over there from time immemorial. They have invested a lot. This wonderful Liberia. Remember, apart from founding fathers, we also were allies during the war, and they used Liberia as their military base for many years. You see the
Mhm.
Omega and other things. So that relationship have always been there. But it's kind of embarrassing for them that this is our only country in Africa. You get the British, the French, the Spanish all over the place. Their only country that's supposed to make them look good, their country is so corrupt. You see, embarrassing for them. Imagine you say you're a suffering nation, then somebody telling you, say, "Lord, Linford, stop this stealing." What? How do you? How you feel when somebody keep telling you stop this stealing? I mean, something just wrong. It's just wrong. Yeah, I don't know why you need to dive into that letter and see the kind of message they gave them. I mean, it's embarrassing for us all Liberian. So what do you think? You muted. You muted.
Like you said, is like you said, it's embarrassing to all Liberians, and I don't know, because we've missed out on so many things as a country. We've shown to the world that we just do not deserve help. I mean, let's forget about America, but look at Europe. Okay, the European Union, they have helped Liberia. They've done a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, we cannot. I mean, with all this help, there are some countries in the world that got no connection to any country. Okay, but we look at the Americans come to our aid when we got problem. We look up to America. Every little thing we look up to America. But yet we do not move from where we are. But I will look at this letter. I don't know if I have it in its totality, but and it's so long we cannot read all. And
No,
like I
I think
said, for
let's
those
just
of
dive into the key points over there.
yeah,
I mean,
and like I
especially
said, for those of you, our viewers, or probably you may have heard a lot about this letterboard. Many heads are better than one head, and from different angles, different perspectives, when we discuss some of the things that are there, probably you will learn something new. So, uh, first and foremost, I will just start with this one. Corruption is an act of robbery. It robs Liberia's citizens of access to health care, to public safety, and to education. I mean, we just take it point by point and let's see how does corruption rob us of health care? How does corruption rob us of public safety? How does corruption rob us from good education? I probably will start from the bottom. Education.
that. All right, I will put it in a very simple way that people will understand. I was in a mad house before, and then few months down the line, Leaford Gwen appointed me to be some sort of director. In less than 2 weeks from mad house, I found myself in a mansion. Where did I get that money from to be in a mansion? That is the form of corruption that you deny a lot of kids from going to school, having better education. You see, and I can make reference to one person, the current city mayor of Liberia, from a same house to now only duplexes around the place. Where did that money come from? Deny a lot of people. You see, so I think that's to start with. It's all part of the country and people in government. Everybody is building house overnight with their salary where it's nothing, but where that money come from? It's corruption. So you deny some little child from better education because you took it for only yourself and your family. So imagine if your salary were used to continue paying your rent in a mad house, that money will go towards education. But overnight, you ride big car, you live in mansion, then it's corruption to the highest level. You muted.
Antrek is trying to prepare, and she be here. She will also give her input. But like you said, Paul, you said it correctly. You know, you because you and I we live in Europe, and we see how the wealth of these countries that form or around Europe here are if not equally distributed, but at least it's very difficult to see that wide gap, that disparity. You know, like I tell somebody that here you do know the rich people. It's very difficult to know the rich guy because we all go to like in Asda, which is the cheapest supermarket in England. You and some of the guys that go there are millionaires. Okay,
Exactly.
yeah, you don't see them with body guys. You don't see them buying different type of food. You know,
Mhm.
for Africa, the restaurant that our guys go to will tell you who they are.
Oh,
They
yeah.
they I had this I had this experience, in Asia. And Asia is like Africa. My very first day in the Philippines, I got there. The moment I got there, from the terminal straight outside, I knew who are the rich guy, who are the poor guy. You see the poor guy walking, he take out a t-shirt, he walking slipper with short trousers, he fending himself. Then you see a rich guy come park a car right to the terminal. You see a rich guy park a car and open the door for him. And I stood up for the first 2-3 minutes. So, oh, listen, this is what happens in third world countries, developing countries. So the wealth of the country is not evenly distributed. Certain people set away and they believe that, yes, since they are up there, they are better than the other people down there. And so they will always create that condition that they will
Yeah.
be there and you
Yeah.
will be down. They
Yeah.
suppress you, suppress your children. They make you to always feel that you are down. And when you live
Yeah.
in that condition for a very long time, you're not able to lift yourself up because you at a certain point you will come to realize that, oh yeah, or even accept it. You will not want to, but you accept it. I think I'm supposed to be like this. This is
Mhm.
where
Hmm.
I belong. So I can't be any better than this because this is what you have been made to be. Andre?
Yeah. But this is what our Liberian society have subjected the masses of Liberians to, a class of poverty-stricken people. Even if you watch the Barcelona program after the dignitaries had already left the stadium, you could see that our young generation is being destroyed. It's sad. It is sad, but people do not see. When you watch this video, just look at it carefully, and you will feel your heart will bleed for Liberia. Because you see young folks who are supposed to have quality education, who are supposed to, you know, be in school, or maybe not even in school, but maybe have gotten one or two BSc, and trying to stand out there and compete with other surrounding neighboring countries. They are in the streets. They have turned into grown-up boys. All they know how to do is to sing music and insult, you know,
Mhm.
put out perfume languages. And you see them, it's like the situation in Liberia, they just accept it like it is normal. It's not a normal society where you have a senator, a representative, a minister. They steal the country resources that which supposed to benefit the poor people, in giving them quality education, the basic necessity that a country need to provide for its citizen. They take their children and their family, their concubines, and whoever they send them abroad, give them quality education, They live a luxurious life on the blood and sweat of the innocent and suffering masses. Why the poor people children struggle to get quality education, they bring their children back again to sit down over the poor people children.
Oh, yes.
And
This has been continuing from one generation to another, Linford.
and that's what I said earlier on. Yeah, Paul will
Linford,
come in, but that's what I said earlier on, that they will keep you in that position, and then you will accept that yeah, I can be more than this. This is what I will be like. Okay. And then
Yeah.
your children will go out and come back, and then
Yes.
your children will be like you.
I
So
gave you,
you
I
are at
gave
that
you
level, you
one
cannot move.
example. I gave you one example, Linford. And I'm not. I hope somebody will not think that this and that. I gave you one example of Senator Yumbi Kanga Lawrence. This woman went for her daughter graduation, I think some part of last year, and she was seen dancing. Her daughter is in the US, not even her daughter, her children. They are having the best of education. At the age of that little girl, I think she might be 15 or 16, she already getting her degree. But can you say that for a Liberian child? I was in school during my school days. All my classmates, they were all big, big. We who were little, we were very small. And I admire their courage, those big students that we had. Some of my classmates who were 10 years, some 15 years older than me. I admire them and I used to like them. And I took most of those girls as my friend. And I was always there to encourage them and tell them that, yes, don't think because I'm small and you are older, we all sit in the same class, but we are equal. And I admire your courage, despite the senseless war that came and set you people backward, must not be an obstacle to you getting education. You could be whatever you want to be. Be strong and move forward. Keep on pressing. Get education because knowledge is power. And in my organization, we took a picture in Grand Bassa. That was in 2012. I was working with the airline, and my little income, I used to give it for help. That little child in the district that Nyombi Kanga is a senator. There is no cheer for the children in Grand Bassa because they get Lapie 1, Lapie 2, Lapie 3. All those children, they sit on the bare ground to write, while her child or her children are in the US living the best of life. And those that voted her on a rain and sun, their children cannot have a seat to sit and write in school. When the rain coming, the rain is falling on them while they are trying to get education. How long can we continue? And the saddest part, you see, the same people that are being suppressed, they praising these people. Why, Liberians? Why must you allow yourself to continue to be used by these people from one generation to another? Can't you stand up? That's why the American people are telling us Liberians have to stand up for themselves. We cannot come and fight for you. You have to say enough is enough. This is where we stop.
but
Because,
Andre, you see what happened here? The society is a cowardly society, and we get a lot of bad people. We get scary people.
yeah,
Yeah, so people
people like
pretend
us, we are not many. We
they
who brave,
pretend to be
we
brave,
can
but
go
they're
through
not
the
brave
storm.
enough. Look, what you saying, and Linford already said about that woman's speech. I met a little guy who he have 3 different degrees, and
Mhm.
this guy today, he money changer. He get his little kiosks on the street, and when the opportunity is not there, the man want to Kofi Annan Institute of Conflict Resolution. He's sitting down doing money changing. No opportunity for him.
Wow.
Yes. I said, look, when I spoke to this young man and we started talking, and then he graduated from the University of Liberia.
Yes,
He
yes.
worked He worked in Capitol building for a while. He went for graduate study, and then he did conflict resolution. He's now a money changer.
Because there is no job.
Yes.
The situation in the country is still, why is it? This is, I love Madam Salif because she's a strong woman who stood up for what was right. But she got it wrong because what she fought for yesterday, when she was given the chance, she was given the power, the authority to change it completely. She failed the Liberian people. That is where I have problem with her, because the same thing that 200 lives were destroyed, people, family was shattered, everything went to zero. Some people came from up to down. Still, it is still going on. It's even worse. Nepotism and favoritism. It's still worse. Corruption is rampant.
Well,
Now the government that we have is the worst, Linford, the worst ever government in the history of Liberia.
let's just look at some of the attributes of corruption that this lady talked about. And you see, the reason why we are emphasizing on this speech is because the source where this speech came from, where these remarks came from. And trust me, this lady is a special assistant to Joe Biden, President Joe
Woman
Biden.
is a spokesperson for the White House.
And
she represents
whatever she say, because she didn't just stand and speak extemporaneously, she read from the paper. So this is a prepared speech that was approved by Washington. And they will use this speech as a further guideline in how they deal with Liberia as of now and fast forward. Now, one of the things the statement talks about is that corruption robs our country of business opportunities. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Yeah. And people will always argue that, government should not be providing jobs. We agree. Government should not be the most single employer in the country. But government will also have to employ a lot of people. There are several agencies in government that need to be occupied for government to function. But let the government provide a conducive atmosphere for businesses to come in. But here's a country where when you come, you want to invest 100,000, you will pay almost 75,000 in bribe. Then you are left with 25,000. You cannot do anything.
I'm telling you.
You see. So then the business community, the outside people get frightened. And another thing she talked about is this security, because all these things work together, they hold together. Let me tell you, if you get corrupt country with no good security, and of course, most corrupt countries in the world will not have good security, though, because people can buy the security. The people who got money can buy the security, and they can our own country, we can see it now. Look at the state security. Where our CDC is going, there where they are. Okay? Yeah. Let Mr. Cummings go somewhere and see how many police will be there besides a President bodyguard. They will not go there to protect
there's no protection for the ordinary people. And the ordinary people need to be protected. They need to be protected because their life depends on the government. This is why we say George Weah, he's so incompetent. He can't, when we talk on Facebook, when we send information out, when we write letters to the international partners, CDC think that we are stupid. Education is very important. I can tell anyone for free, education is important. Knowledge is power. CDC think that knowledge is not power. Knowledge is power. America support Liberia because this is a long time. We are their long time ally, number one ally. So it's not because of they came to the basket.
Let's move further with the content of this letter. We've got a lot of things to discuss tonight, so we don't want to waste much time on this thing. But something again that caught my eye here has to do with the anti-graft commissions that we have in Liberia. The people made specific reference to them that Liberia has a host of anti-corruption institutions, but while these institutions are nominally and legally independent from the government of Liberia, the truth is that the government fails to adequately fund them and assert its influence upon them. You know the reason why why the people stress this thing is
Mm-hmm.
because if the government, the people in the government are what? The same corrupt people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they fund the LACC, for example, if they fund them and give them real teeth, give them all the equipment and everything
Mm-hmm.
that they need to work, who are they going for? They're not coming
They're
for
going
me.
after the government, of course.
They're not coming for me. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why these people, the American, emphasize this, that the government has failed,
Of
to
course.
assert its power because it's like George will not be shooting himself in the leg, though.
No.
Yeah.
But how will George Weah employ a former corrupt Anthony of Mosurado County, Martin Klein, I know how where he called he said Edward Martin Klein. The man is corrupt. He's noted for corruption. In fact, the man can drink like water and get stupor, drunk, and disgrace himself in the street. That kind of man, you take him and put him as the head of LACC? Huh? Do
But
you expect him to
Andrea,
try?
you gone too far. From the day, for example, the day
Mhm.
they took over, 3 months later, they started building all these buildings. So how do you? They broke the rule of law already. There's no rule of
Yeah,
law that to start with. So why will you put money into an
yeah.
institution?
And I yeah, and Chairman, I'm not cutting. I heard, and sedition boasting that when the government were going after Bernie Samuka, I don't support anyone that carry out corruption. But how can you say you want to get at Bernie Samuka for a corruption that he carried out during the past Ellen regime? When you cannot audit yourself, you cannot audit the people that are in the government, like Samuel Tuer, who 25 million got missing. You got into power 1 month into your leadership, 16 billion Liberian dollars got missing. No audit.
But
Tell me.
even the Brandon Samuka thing, and one person, like you said, I don't like to back in the room. But the Brandon Samuka thing, for me, if I were the judge, I wouldn't render the decision that the judge they could render.
No,
Because
no,
first and
no,
foremost, Brandon, I don't know whether Brandon actually used this money on himself. Because Ellen Johnson came out and admitted that she instructed Brandon to use
yes.
this money to sponsor the soldiers on the
In
peacekeeping mission.
Mali.
One. Then
This
secondly, if the present government knows that Brani actually corrupted this money, why did George Weah himself pay some of this money? So was he encouraging corruption?
It's a witch hunt. He's going after people that do not agree with him. And it is bad. You see, once the opposition is not united, if the opposition were united, they could stand for him. Because when the government does something to A, they are going to do it to B. And they'll
But,
continue to do it to C. Just what they're doing to Mr. Cummings. The next thing, they're
well,
coming for them.
I wanted to dive into this. I know we're on the topic. You see,
Mm,
rule of law in everything is
Mhm.
the key to everything. Rule of law.
yeah.
If you violate the rule of law, all the institution has broken.
Yes.
Now, there's no rule of law. When they went for Kamina, they started building common millions all over the place. Then they went for Kamina Janet
Mm-hmm.
to put fear in the justices. So the chief justice, everybody in their pocket. So there's no rule of law in Liberia. You
Nobody
cannot
cannot say
trust the
anything.
justice system.
Yeah.
No. Now, we got a democracy in Liberia, but a democracy is almost like the 1980 Honor Samuel Doe. That's what's happening now. If you look at it,
Yes.
Doe was the favorite son of President Reagan.
Hmm.
And if you watch this, we are government. There are key elements that were in Doe government as advisor. Today, those key elements are behind we are. The
Behind him.
level of Emmanuel Shaw, they don't talk, but these are the bad guys sitting behind there, brought by the same 1980 style of doing things. You see? So the warning America gave in Liberia is the same warning that it gave Dole.
Yes.
So history is now repeating itself.
Repeating
Why the
itself.
people not
Yeah.
following? You see?
And if these guys were really, really smart, you see, because the letter is very clear. It said too many of Liberia's leaders have chosen their own personal short-term gain over the long-term benefit of their country. Now, who are they talking to? They say the leaders, right?
The
They're
leader.
not talking to
They corrupt leaders.
They're
Yeah.
not talking to one Bable. They're talking to
Mhm.
the leaders. So if these people are smart, Joria is
You
smart.
something you're talking to Nawa Baple.
Yeah, we have Bable because we are not anything. So that Joria that they're talking to. So if Joria is smart enough, for the 700 million he built, he should be wondering what will happen to them.
Yeah. Then you know what happened? You know what happened? They are happy for the money that the American people give. So I just told Prince, I went on his post, I said, you better watch out because that money where America is giving, that your corruption, it will be the last money that you will embezzle. Because that there where they will hang your neck in. And you say you're stealing business, you're let to cajole money
I mean,
sharing it in your horses.
the warning have been given, and then watch. In the next few months.
Oh, I love America.
What happening now?
I love
There's
it.
a Booker court case going on.
Mm-hmm.
That court case, before it ends, there'll be sanction on some other people. People now following the trend. They keep getting messages. They came out saying, well, there are a lot of corrupt people in a place. There's sanction coming. They ignore that one. The same American come out and say, this is what you're doing. They ignore it. The next thing is they'll start telling them, you're not allowed to travel. They start freezing their assets. Then because that's where the pattern you can see it clearly.
But me, I keep telling the we are government. Politics is a very, very competitive field. If you cannot stand the heat in the kitchen, get yourself out.
Yeah.
Why do you want to intimidate your opponent? That's the bad.
We haven't gone there. We haven't gone there. We're going there gradually. But let's deal with this.
Mr. Host,
the other one, another thing that we should look at here critically. The woman said it is often expected, or sometimes, that the United States and the rest of the international community will step in to solve Liberia's long-term problems. So let me be clear here. The United States is a proud and dedicated partner and friend of Liberia, but ultimately, only the Liberian government and the people of Liberia can tackle corruption, fight for accountability and transparency, and move this country forward.
And we are listening to them. We are listening to them.
Wow.
And I want to assure the American people that Liberia is raising leaders that will fight against corruption, that will fight against impunity. We are getting to that stage. We are getting to that stage. We listen to every word that you people say because corruption is an evil thing in any nation. It deprives people of their right to a good life. So because of that, we are leaders of Liberia are rising up to stand up and destroy corruption in Liberia. We are coming.
The good question that will come is when and how.
Now it have already started. Can't you see that people are talking? Can't you see you and myself? We are here. We are talking because why? We are sick and tired of corruption, and we have many other platforms, many other young people that are also following suit. That is to tell you the narrative is changing.
So, Linford, and what Andres is saying, she's right. It's now, and the reason why it's now, that's why the corrupt government is fighting Mr. Cummings in court that
yes,
could be the one to change this.
Yes. Thank you for adding that up.
So let's stop here now, and then we'll continue the same thing. Because that's why it's about.
And because I believe that Cummings is going to be a good leader, a leader that is going to ask for accountability, a leader that is going to be transparent, a leader that is going to help to eradicate corruption in Liberia. This is why I come on this platform every day to talk to our Liberian people that enough is enough. The change that we seek for a long time ago is here. Let's give ABC a chance and let's stand up for him. Whatever he's going through right now is the sick system that have kept us in poverty is fighting him. And we must stand up and fight for him. Fight for him till the last. We can fight for him by using our pen, the power of the pen. We will you because violence has never helped Liberia and it will never help. So we will never go back to where we come from. We should always learn from our history because there's a saying that those that do not learn from history, they become history. So we do not want to go down that line.
Something here also mean this group came to power based on the people putting them there. And now they want to deny somebody the same privilege that they have. Does that make sense? It's not a military government.
It's unacceptable. It cannot work. It cannot
that
work.
Is complete nonsense. It's unacceptable. So they know what they're doing. That's why. So let's deny this pricing. Deny somebody for what? Breaking all the rules. So
but the thing is, if we are government is smart enough, those sycophants that are around him, they will read a line. They will read the indirect message that the American people are sending to them, that we are seeing everything, we know everything that is happening, and there is nothing that we don't know. So you be careful. Do not go against other people's rights. Stop the corruption. We know that you people are corrupt. You have built mansion, bought a luxurious private jet and all of that.
And then if you criticize, then they go after you, hunting you. So what's
they are seeing everything. They are seeing everything. They are seeing everything. They know everything. Even if when you call Washington, you call these other people, they will tell you we are monitoring. We know everything.
Let me just tell you something when you talk about the Americans knowing everything. 1985, November 12th. I was living on the old road. Right on Smart Road. When the thing happened that morning, we were 4 guys. I will continue with this story, but I think there is a caller. Let me see if I can take him.
Yeah, go ahead, Linford.
Yeah. So if you're taking up, okay.
We have a caller on the line, and let me see. Caller, where are you calling from, and what's your name?
Yes, I'm calling from Cyprus. My name is Prince.
Okay, Prince.
Yes.
Do you have any contribution to make on the show?
Yes, actually, my contribution is about Alexander B. Cummings. Actually, no one is wanting Cummings. Cummings is wanting himself. But taking the document and not submitting it to a colleague, they're just taking the document and saying that, how the document says, Cummings just making it the whole thing.
Where did you say you say you're calling from Cyprus, right?
Yes.
Have you laid on any document from the CPP? Are you a member of the CPP?
I am a member of the CPP.
Okay, have you? Okay, wait. Let's make it interactive, my friend Prince. Have you laid out on any of the documents?
Several times.
Where did you see it? Listen to me, my friend. Listen to me. You say you lay out on the document. How did you are not? The document was signed by the 4 political leaders, and it was in their possession. Not even the members of the party have received it. How did you see it?
What?
You say you lay out on the document. Actually, if you lay out on the document before, you say yes, right?
Hello.
My friend, you said you lay. Listen to me. You said you lay out the document, right?
Yeah. after everybody finished Kobe chewed the document. Kobe chewed the document. He was this.
No.
He was the,
you see, these are excuse me. You hear me well?
I'm listening to you.
Okay, very good. Answer my question. Answer my question. Answer my question. Answer my question. You said you saw the document, right?
So what the changes he made?
Nobody put that document on social media. Because see, all of you, these are the people who get lies, go around lying. Did you listen to Bernard Ayure? Well, listen to me. Did you listen to Bernard Ayure when he told Costa Show that the document is supposed to be a sacred document, and he heard something about it on a talk show or on a funny TV? That's what got him concerned, because nobody was supposed to know about what was in the document. So how did you get to know they were on social media? And some of you can go and lie. You come and produce a document. Anyway, thanks, because you get exposed your ignorance to the public right here. Yeah. So I don't have to keep you, because you are uninformed.
When you come here on a platform like this, you got to
these are the kind of people we're dealing with. These are the kind of people we're dealing with. People that don't even know that left from the right sit down and lie on public platform that the document was on social media. When your very Bernard Ayure that took Cummings to jail said that this document is a secret document, and people are not supposed to know what was inside, but he heard a part of it on a funny show. That's what got him concerned to go and started to call all the other leaders to present a document that he had. Okay, and you come here on social media uninformed. He doesn't know a left from a right. He's
trying to disrespect Mr. Cummings.
You see, these are how can we change these kind of people?
Except we have a good leader.
We got to contend with.
Except we have a good leader, and we who are on the social media trying to have some of these shows, we shouldn't get tired to sensitize and sensitize our people, because this is what they have made them to be. These greedy politicians, they keep them in a box.
And somebody commenting here, calm down, calm down, please, host. I cannot calm down, because you can't have somebody who will come and misinform people. The same way they listen to misinformation campaign. He coming telling people that the document were all on social media. He doesn't even know. That's why I asked him, have you seen the document? You know which document coming setting up? They can talk.
Linford, I think it will be good to take few seconds to educate that person regarding the framework document that they don't understand. A lot of people are misinformed about the framework document. The framework document, how it
you are very right, Paul. Listen to me. You will continue, sir. Yeah. But let me tell you one thing. A delusional mind, the mind that cannot dissect, that cannot understand anything, no matter what you do. Let me tell you, my friend. No, when people are placed in certain position, these are people who are placed in a position to believe, from Costa and all the other people, that if this fellow was smart enough, how many accusations had not come against Cummings, and none of them working. First, Cummings finger document, right? They didn't show the document of Cummings and finger. Then they say he forged document that went in a code now. Okay, and they say Cummings, something was supposed to happen again about him, and all this thing it coming and nothing happening. So you can't what.
Did
you see that the 4 people signed the document? We got a video here. I got a video I can play. Okay. In fact, I'll play that video.
Linford, what I'm saying here, you have these followers. Then there are group segment of people. They are independent. So, like this sort of quarter, the people may be watching this independent minds to explain to them how this thing came about. Because a lot of people lack an understanding of the framework document. And the thing is, because this guy called and saying, he saw the document. Which document? He does not know which document. So there's other people, I wouldn't get vexed. I would educate.
No, but
I'm not really vexed, but
you are trying to be disrespectful. So it's better that the
somebody will, like mindset, will also believe this fellow.
But this is a point I'm making. So now is to explain this is how it went about. This is how it came about. The simple explanation that a lot of people. I was in Liberia a few days, right? And people who you think should know better say, oh, yeah, the man produced a document. Which document? I accuse you, Lincoln. I accuse you. And then the judge telling me, you are Lincoln who I accuse. They're telling you, Lincoln, go and find the evidence and bring a couple accuse you.
So can
any person will call and talk nonsense like that. So people like that need to be educated. Which document?
Okay, there is a viewer asking what is the number to call. This is a WhatsApp number. If you're calling from America, dial the last.
Before it's WhatsApp, they should be able to call directly.
Yeah. No, but so now, because if you're calling from America, you can't get called directly. You got to dial at 011.
It's WhatsApp. They'll call directly from WhatsApp. What I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, they can call. But you see, Paul, the problem with the caller is that not. What I don't like about him, I'm trying to tell him, I say, wait, listen. And he keeps saying, oh no, come and change the document.
Yeah, he was,
so he's arguing, he's not willing to learn. And you can't waste your time on people like that. Let me tell you.
I agree, but I said that a lot of independent minds are out there, and those people have to, and this set of people, they're the one can convince people. And I tell you, all right, let me give you a story. This guy selling medicine. He's a former medical practitioner in Liberia. They did a harmonization. They cut his salary, so he now selling things, medicine. And this guy telling me he listens to people. He gets secondhand news. He does not listen to radio. So if this kind of caller tell him something, that guy will run with it. You understand where I'm coming from? So people need to be educated on why and how the thing came together and why Mr. Cummings entered in court because of the bad guys. They have to be told.
Okay, I hope that caller is still listening.
He listening.
I know exactly where this caller is calling from Cyprus. I got a very strong supporter of Mr. Cummings in Cyprus. In fact, he's been calling on this show. But this fellow, the man is made up, so he came to argue. That's why I asked him, have you seen the document? He said, yeah. Right there, he lied. Because nobody has seen this document besides the 4 political leaders. Okay? And for him to say that he has seen the document right there and he want to argue, he doesn't even want to listen to me.
Liberian people are good at conspiracy.
Yeah. So then I know that the man is made up. First of all, he said he ANC member, so he has seen the document. No ANC member has seen any of the document. The document was signed by the 4 people.
But the man come from the OCA party now.
I think we need to dive into this OCA party thing. I mean,
we're going to OCA.
Let's just dive into it and educate those people from the OCA pact stuff. Because
let me educate this brother. Probably like Paul said, I think we need to inform some of them. Mr. Caller, Prince, I know you're still listening. And you said you are seeing the document. Nobody, including me and you, we have not seen the document. We have heard about it. Okay? This document was signed by the 4 leaders of the 4 political parties. They did not sit in the same group when they were putting it. They were not even there who put the document together. The idea of this document came and they set up a committee. I'm talking to you, Prince. They set up a committee to draft the document, do all the work. When they finish it, they brought it to them for their signature. Now, since all of them could not gather together because of the corona, they had a virtual Zoom meeting. On top of virtual, that's something that you can see. Okay? So they were on Zoom meeting. It was Vaka with a group. It was Cummings with a group. It was Benona with a group. And it was normally with her group. In their separate locations. And they had a Zoom meeting. Mo Ali was coordinating that meeting. I remember from the start of that meeting, Mo Ali was even having it difficult to get all of them on. Some of them, that network was so bad. And he kept fighting through to get everybody on. When they finally got set, the first person that spoke was Benona. You were saying he was the chairman at that time for the CPP. I'm talking to you, Prince. Listen to me. So they signed it. I mean, Benona, you made a long speech. At the end of the day, he even told Mr. Cummings, saying you are coming to take over this CPP. You should put on elephant skin because politics in Liberia is not for fun. People will curse you, people will accuse you, they will say all kinds of things. Even myself, It could come from me. That been in our Euro war. I got the tape right here. Okay, so these people did not sit together to sign. Each of them had a copy. After they signed a copy, Mo Ali from the Unity Party was the one that went and collected each copy from all the people to carry it. Okay, the reason why you people are saying that Cummings is sitting down on a copy, Cummings did not have to write anything, but because Cummings was the chairperson at that time when the document was filed to NEC, so they have 5 copies of the document, one for each of the political leaders. Then one was supposed to go to NEC. So the ones that left with the political leader was just referenced. So tell me, if better now you got him no copy, you Vaga got his copy, nobody got her copy, Cummings got his copy, 4 copies and 1 to NEC. So which copy Cummings supposed to be having? Yeah.
But let me ask something on this, Linfa. When the document came about, it was done under Benina Ure administration.
Right.
And then there was a popular outcry when that document came out because they were only going to give only CPP leaders jobs.
Yes.
And then after the popular outcry, they decided to invite the lawyers to actually come up with this good document, where the lawyers came our way. And there was a meeting here at the Liberty Party headquarters where the lawyer presented this document to the 4 leaders. Now, when they presented it, they did a presentation. After the presentation, that's when they submitted this document, when Cummings now took over as the CPP chairperson. And it was the document they filed at night. So it better not USA somebody sign his signature, force his signature, why they can't go to NEC and say, which are the document you're talking about?
But they think, I don't know, why is it Mo Ali? He is the key person in this whole thing because he was the one that took this document from each political leader to another to sign. Why are they leaving Mo Ali out?
Right.
He needs to answer question.
I can answer that for you. Benina Ure, Omer Boyka, George Weah, the 3 of them in bed for Cummings now to run. The thing simple. That's all.
Wow. Oh,
that's
wow.
Okay, Paul, that's just one aspect of it. But the case are not here. No, look at. Let's be frank. This case is in court. They are not had hearing in this case.
No.
They are not trying to gather witnesses. So more Ali they will come. There will be subpoena. There will be witnesses. Okay. So more Ali, none of them off the hook.
There's something.
All of them will go testify.
If you are the leader of an organization, something go wrong and you're very silent. In Liberia, it says silent means consent. You are the key person in it. Because what he think that, all right, when we prosecute Cummings, I stand a chance of winning.
Yes.
They sit at the highest level. And one of your color asked it is called if Cummings is a better leader. Yes, he is.
Look at his better leader, yeah. I saw that comment there.
Yeah, I saw a comment. Well, he asked me whether we think Cummings is the best leader for this nation. Yes.
At the moment, yes.
Yes. Okay, probably I need to play something for that fellow. Mr. The reason why we don't see your name because we are not streaming directly from Facebook.
I can see the person name because I think Spencer. It needs Spencer.
Okay, Spencer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Spencer, if you stay there, I will play you a video by Mr. Cummings where he's telling you what he can do for this country, what he can do for the people. Unlike the other people, I've not heard Bwaka say anything that beside row, love Liberia, build Liberia, row. And Joe, we are building row. So that row we eat. The people are building row for they didn't get car. So you are building row. And most of the road that the children playing football on the road in Montreal. The children playing football on the road because nothing there, no car there. You got a country where there's no car, you keep building road. So Bwaka want to build road. But listen to you, Spencer, listen to Mr. Cummings in a short promo, and then we'll move forward with the discussion.
My name is Alexander Cummings, and I want to work with honest men and women to change Liberia for the better. I want to open the doors of governance to all capable persons I want to use the collective brain power of all of our men and women. I want to build a nation of self-sufficiency. I want to build an environment that thrives on and promotes a vibrant Liberian private sector. I want to ensure that we are a nation where education is key in all of our national development priorities. I want to create and nurture a development agenda that ensures our young people have jobs when they graduate from school. I want to create an environment where our women have access to equal opportunities in every aspect of our society. I want to promote a system that uses our country's natural resources for the benefit of all. I want to see our country flourish beyond our wildest imagination. We are capable of doing it if we work together. We may not all agree all of the time, but we can set aside our differences and work towards charting a new course without the infighting, backbiting, and backstabbing. Whether you're a member of the ANC, ALP, LP, or UP, we must channel our support for individual candidates into championing our collective objective, defeating the Weah administration in the 2023 presidential and legislative elections, and ushering in a governance more prepared, more capable, more experienced, more skilled, and more honest men and women. With your help, we can move Liberia to being a better country. I thank you. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Okay, so Spencer, these are some of the things that Mr. Cummings want to do. There are several more, but one of the things he said, and so let me go back to our first caller, Prince. I guess he's still listening. One of the things Mr. Cummings said is that he wants to introduce a government that will make sure that our natural resources are used for the betterment of everybody. So you, Prince, you're not supposed to be in surplus of all country. Surplus of all country. Me, I'd rather be in Liberia than Cyprus. Because I know Cyprus is not better than Liberia. They got no, I'm not downgrading them, but they're not rich. They're not, when you talk about some of the countries in Europe, Cyprus is nothing. Okay, we got a lot of them around here, hanging around here. Okay. So you will not, you know how many of our brothers are dying, Liberians die in the desert just to come to Europe? It's all because the natural resources that we have is not being used for us. For the 7 horses that Joria built in 3 months, do you have some, you Prince? You shouldn't be in Cyprus. You shouldn't be there. Okay? I shouldn't be in Norway because we are rich. Norway is 5 million people, seem like Liberia. But this is a country that can feed the rest of the world. We got food that can feed the rest of the world. That food is already stored. It's not, we didn't say we will, but the food is stored in the mountain. That today, no food in the world, we can feed the whole world with food. Anything you can eat here, they're storing it in the mountain for the future. Okay? Liberia, you're walking, you eat plum, you trade down, you'll grow. Why would running away from there coming here? You in Cyprus. You're not supposed to be there. You are a young man. You're not supposed to be living in a well-made place. 4 or 5 of you in one room. No. If the resources in our country is evenly distributed, in Norway, what they got? They can't plant anything. Nothing can grow here. We buy everything we eat. But because they got oil, when we discover oil in Liberia, what our government did, they divided the oil black and sold everything. So we own it. The foreigners own our oil. So when people are talking about good thing, and then some of you can't, they message now on document. You don't know about it. Why you don't know? Sit down and think, ask questions, ask people who know. But I don't blame you, Prince, because you are not being reading, you are not being listening, so you need some education on the whole topic. So Mr. Cummings is saying that you, Prince, and me, and other people who are in the diaspora will not sort of be there unless we want to do it by choice. Okay? And you are in Liberia, opportunities there. You got your resources working for you, your diamond, your gold, everything working for you. Instead of building for 7 units for Georgia in short term, Chavos in Koji, then wearing Gucci, while you're there working with one Chinese made sneaker, But anyway, let me leave that one here.
I think Linfa, let that proceed, because you have people, you have the distractors. So let proceed.
No, but sometimes we got to explain to them what the whole thing is about. Like he's a young man, he not, like I'm saying, we are not supposed to be scattered around the world because we do have what we need in our country. That's why we are scattered. Okay, so the next thing we'll be talking about here is it seems that all efforts are being made. Or somebody said they cannot call. They trying to call. They cannot call. Call the number on your screen. If you're watching, the number is +4799450882. If you're calling from the US, then you can dial 01. But it's a WhatsApp number, so you can call though. And
your comment making me laugh.
Yeah, the comments will always be there. Some will be good, some will be funny. But as it seems, guys, Antrick and Paul, there are all efforts on board to break apart the CPP. And there are a lot of conspiracy theories. People say, oh, the people who try to break the CPP apart, they are working for the government, the UP, or the Water Party, or what the other one is, Venona Group.
The three men party.
So they are saying that the conspiracy theories all over the place. Some people even say that Belete is not working for Cummings, he's working for WIA. And the funny thing I don't understand, Costa, specifically, I'll call his name, he always abusing Belete and Cummings, that Cummings stupid, he know, excuse me for the expression, he know that Belete is not working for him.
Do you still listen to that evil?
No, I listen to it. I listen to him every day. I will not lie. Not because he said,
I don't listen to him.
But I don't hear what he talks. Okay.
I do not listen to that guy.
So he said Cummings does not know that ability is not working for him now, and he listen Costa. He doesn't want to see the ground and Cummings works on. So if Cummings is doing a stupid thing by employing ability or being with ability, so that he Cummings will not have chance to even go near the presidency. So why you complain about? Just forget about him. You don't want to see me. You must say anytime, Andre. You don't want to see me. If I take a mixed poison, I'm drinking a poison. Why you care about me? And you'll be happy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me drink my poison and die because you let us see me. So why you worry about coming together? So people are trying to break the CPP apart. But here's the point. Here is the point. In trying to break the CPP apart, they are making a lot of mistakes. No
lies.
Yeah. Benona and her group have said that they are leaving the CPP. In fact, they are left, according to them. So technically, it's UP and Liberty Party, even though they are divided, but Liberty Party has not pulled up totally, and ANC that are staying in the CPP. Now, then we're hearing that Thursday of this week, if Costa, because Costa is chief spokesman for GMB, his prediction, if his prediction or not prediction, but announcement is correct, Thursday of this week, we should expect a major, according to him, major press conference by GMB.
Oh, they said tomorrow. Tomorrow they are having a press conference.
Today, By Wednesday, tomorrow we should expect a major press conference from the Unity Party. Now, and I know that JMB does not have its own say in the Unity Party.
Why are you killing yourself with laughing behind?
So, can anybody here, the three of us, can anybody try to preempt, predict, think about what GMB is expected to say tomorrow?
Nobody cannot, because this man is a deceitful old man. He's an old guy, so we cannot predict. Actually, for me, I cannot, because he's not somebody who is brave. When something is happening, he take a stand.
So what do you think he will say tomorrow? What are some of the things you can try to guess?
As usual, to pretend. That's just it.
Well, the thing here, Linfo, I will look at it the other way, because I said the three of them, Costa said it clearly that we're working with the government to prosecute Cummings.
Mr. Cummings, could you imagine?
Costa is the spokesperson for JMB. His father, Benena Ure, and him, so the three of them together. So he said we're working to prosecute Cummings. It means the three of them together. right? We're working with the government. So the government, JMB, Benina Ure, working together to prosecute Cummings.
But Elifa, I don't know whether you people still have that recording where Weah was addressing his sedition people at the party headquarters, where he referred to Talia Ure as that lege. I will beat that lege. Le maquedo or para this or para. These people, they don't have no respect, self-respect for themselves. Honestly, you see one thing, my family, I don't joke with my family. Nobody disrespect me and I just get in your circle again. It's not going to work. Especially when you disrespect a father and a child to that extent. Even go to the extent they wanted to kill you. They see men. They see Cummings that you're referring to as criminal was the only one that stood by you when you were under attack. Even campaign, he was the only one that went on the ground to campaign with you. Where was JMB? You people are just deceitful and wicked. Deceitfulness together with wickedness.
But
how will you do that?
Yeah, there is a scene in some information now circulating in Liberia that the government.
Okay, guys.
I think
we have a caller on the line. We have a caller on the line. Caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Augustine McCabe, calling from the US.
Okay.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay, Gus. You got anything? You got any take on the discussion tonight?
Yeah, that's why I call. I listen to you guys, and what I have to. I just have a couple things to add up. My question about this document is.
Yes, go ahead.
What document was this four political leaders celebrating that they said they never signed? That's the question Liberia should be asking. If you never sign a document, and you know that this document binds you guys together, and you never sign a document, why are you celebrating that you guys keep together? Why are you celebrating? And now they are telling the Liberian people that they did not sign. So let's forget about Cummings Truth document and all that stuff. Whose document? These people telling us that they never signed. If they are telling us now that they never signed a document and they bond together, they celebrate, they enjoy all the good time, they brought the candidates, do a by-election, they win election, and they telling us that if Mr. Cummings is guilty, they are all guilty of lying to the Liberian people? That's the question we should be asking.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
The law was elected on a document, and I believe because of the CPP, he has all the support. It's not about Liberty Party. CPP was the one that supported Dino. So if he ran on the document, Youngly ran on the document, there was elected as candidate to run. So they all disqualified from this document because the document is fake. That's what they're telling us.
And the caller is right.
Well, Paul, you got anything to add to what Gus just said? Because
I mean, Gus, you said it all. If a document is fraudulent, and then you took Cummings to court, it means all those that ran under the government should go after them and these certificate then so other people can contest for that post because that they lied to the country. If all of them agree that the document was not right. So that means DeLong should not be senator. Yomni shouldn't be senator. So that means people that Bryson got fitted and who ran after them, they denied them because of that document.
And another point that Gus made is that these same people celebrated for the signing of this document. So why were they celebrating? If one man had a document, that you guys did not see, so then why were you celebrating? They were only coming to be celebrating Ryan because he was supposed to have that document, right?
So another question is the signing of that document they talk about. in the document, what is there that benefit Cummings? That did not others.
Let me try to conclude. My conclusion in the whole thing is just because Mr. Cummings refused to go as vice president, this is why these guys want to coach. This is not about just Mr. Yui. Let me be clear. All of them know about it. All of them. Even the Open Parker know about it. So what we're going to do as Liberians, we'll put Liberians together. If Mr. Cummings is guilty, we ourselves will sue the very CPP so that none of them can run in this coming election. That's one. Two, Mr. Yuri will tell the Liberian people who he planned within the National Election Commission to give him idea on document. Then lastly, which document this guy look at? This particular man that told Mr. Yuri that, oh, the document is not real. Who showed him the document he look at? Where did he get the document from? How did he get the document? These are all questions. If I were Mr. Weir, let the world say what they want to say. All these guys will be banned from running. Because it's corruption. That's the thing I'm talking about. But God exposed them. God want to expose them because
your line is breaking in. I don't know where you are now. Your line is breaking. But Gus.
Sorry, what I'm trying to say is
continue.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is if how did Mr. Yuri get a document? And the man that told Mr. Yuri that, oh, the document is not real. Who is he to Mr. Yuri? Did Mr. Yuri send somebody within the National Election Commission office? That's a neutral body. So we are saying that election, but we also get opposition that have people that work there for them. So that's a problem with our system. That's corruption. So all these people have to come, all these people have to be sure out. Mr. You have to bring the person out. Because we don't need people like that in our system.
Yeah.
Okay, Gus. We appreciate your comment, and you raised very, very salient points. And we hope that you can share the video, and you can always join us. We come on every Tuesday and Friday at I think 2 o'clock US time, because it's 7 o'clock Liberian time. So you can always join us and help to put in your idea, because this is about Liberia. It's not about me. It's not about Gus. It's not about anybody here. It's about Liberia. If Liberia benefits, we all benefit. We don't need to be sitting in a women country and our country is there where we're supposed to be, and then we leave it empty and go to other place. So we want to say thank you very much on behalf of the team, and please share the video and make sure that you can always be a part of the program.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, yeah, the color raise very, very important point. That's why I made mention earlier about Mo Ali. There are a lot of people that are involved in this case that the government or the so-called Solicitor General calling himself Serena Sifa should have subpoenaed to come before the court and explain. But because they are used to this deceptive, this was all a planned conspiracy to get at Mr. Cummings and intimidate him to get out of the race. You see? So, yeah.
But, Liberians, we are very easy to forget. I remember the past election. People say a lot of things about George Weah. And the more we all said it, the more we said it, the more the people started to love Weah. You see it? Because, like I said, Liberian, once we make up our mind, my brother, no matter what you do. So, yeah, so we're waiting tomorrow to hear what Mr. JMB has to say, because I would say that the most incapable leader of the CPP is JMB. Number one.
Linford, I think they should call a press conference and tell us that they're leaving. And it will be a good thing that they leave. And
it will be a good thing. And let them leave and let's see.
You keep causing problems. From day one. Look, the appearance of GMB on Tima Jalate show, he started throwing those kind of loose talk against Cummings. From day one. You're in a collaboration. They came together for a purpose. Let's come together. Let's go into the competition and select the best person to lead.
Free and fair.
The
free
fact
and
is
fair
that he gone there and said,
competition.
oh, he the only man that can defeat George Weah.
Yes.
That was the signal. That's where he started it from.
Yeah, because he got a
can-
numbers packing in the corner,
you
in
can
the
defeat
box.
George Weah, but George Weah beat you with massive landslide. You didn't defeat him. So look at it. So when he appeared on Spoon, he said, where this man come from? Nobody know him. I'm a traditionalist. He started playing the tribal card.
Yeah.
So from day one, he been, and now when you're in the US, this young guy called Vanny said, but why don't you leave the city? What did he say, Vanny? Let's talk after the show. So he is the main actor behind the whole thing.
Yes.
Pretend like nothing happening. He is the main. So you don't have that thing tomorrow, and I will be happy to just leave. And they're leaving.
Let me tell you one thing. It's like JMP. He's supposed to be the elder in that group. And if he's a traditional man, we know the role that elderly people play in Liberia. We're often traditional background. I know Tamatelo will not have been in the CPP and things go the way it went.
Yes.
I know Ogbolozo Tue from Nima Kante would not have been in CPP and things go the way it's going. And so many other traditional chiefs that we knew back then. Okay? But here is a man who's supposed to be the traditional man, the chief, and he sat down there, all these things happening. From the onset, the very day you started crying foul, JMB was not though, he was not chairman yet. But being an elderly person and the traditional man he claims to be, called them, say, look, what did you say? We are in a collaboration, your camp. Come in, all of your camp. 4 of them sit down in the room, nobody there. And you discuss this thing. Okay? And here what I will say, but he kept mute, even until now. For him to even take over as chairman, he delayed. He took over and under his own watch, the CPP is breaking away. He can't say anything. Then he himself breaking away. So Liberian people, you open your heart. This is the old man that forget about his age. When I call you old man, I'm giving you respect. This is the man you want to get your country to. He cannot manage a small group like CPP. Okay? Because let's say the CPP, the CPP is his house where the children are making force. You will sit down until they break the whole house down. Then you say, okay, I'm leaving you in the house, I'm going. You see? So they cannot manage simple thing. Simple thing. You want to gain whole country. And let me tell you, the Liberia you see now, Liberia is radical last. People are very radical. So we need somebody who is active. The man cannot manage a CPP. You want to vote for him? That's the only message I got for your Liberian people.
Well, the thing is, I'll be delighted for them to leave. And Liberians are waiting. I told you, said now partisan. They get a lot of independent Liberian who went through the Ellen-led government and they saw what happened. And he was key principal man advisor to Ellen, although he said he cowered Park. So that means the Park car is now get to know the true leaders of this man, what the man saying, why he's not wise.
Because, wait, Paul, wait, don't go far. Well, let me tell you, up to now, Ellen had all her ways, but up to now, in Liberia, we're going for a political competition. Who the best will say? Ellen.
But listen what I'm going to say. He said he cowered Park. And you're a good leader, he cowered Park because you're not giving the opportunity. Now, they gave him the chairmanship of the CPP. The simplest one is like in a community organization. People misbehaving as a leader, you can't even call them together and lead. Then you lead 5 million people. He's not a leader. And that's the bottom line of all that. He's not a leader, he's a pretender.
And let me add something to what you said. The Cummings that's supposed to be novice, that don't know anything about leadership.
Yeah.
He held the CPP together. He turned it over to Nyomli.
Yeah.
Nyomli turned it over to Joe Boaga. Then Joe Boaga breaking the CPP apart. So Joe Boaga and Cummings here, who is not a leader? Okay? And somebody say GMD is our next president. Fine. No, let me tell you, you bring Dor to be president for Liberia, our president. You bring Kia, our president. So we get cheated, but it's people like you who were elected by it. Yeah, who were elected.
No, we want no dog to be a president for like.
And we are as the Senate they should talk. Oh, we will be our president. And we are as our president now. Then you see what happening. You're gonna bring somebody else.
Somebody wrote on Facebook. One of my friends on Facebook. He make me to laugh the whole time. He said, "Liberia lawmen looking for entertainment, but we get entertainment. We have entertainment president every day. That jolly. Your phone inside."
But on a serious note, when JMB sat down on national radio and television and confessed that
they squandered.
He was parked. Yeah, our country is squandered park. He said he was parked like old car. So, like what I was trying to say. I mean, let's be frank. Ellen with all her team. Ellen have been in politics for long. So, if Liberia are going to take part in any political competition, some of our best that we send will be Ellen. Okay, because Ellen knows the game. You think Ellen Johnson is stupid enough? Excuse me, Oman, for that word. But I know the Oman not stupid enough to have her own vice president that she and him ran to win a ticket to just taking and packing. The woman knew that this man was dysfunctional. The man doesn't he doesn't do anything. He go to the Senate, they pass 68 bogus consignment. He open more because
the man slept the whole while sleeping.
He said a minute that they squander and he didn't say anything. So you want to take a kind of man and put him back. The old man want to take a presidency to the grave. But nobody taking our
but the man, with all due respect, this just shows that Ambassador Boaka is greed for power.
Yes.
Because you cannot serve all those time in government and you serve as number 2 person within Liberia. And then for 12 years, not even 6 years, for 12 years, 12 good years.
What you want to do in 12 years? I mean,
you didn't
what
do
you want
it.
to do now that you didn't do in 12 years?
And you allowing yourself to be used by those little corrupt boys? It's pathetic.
It's all because, let me tell you one thing.
You're destroying your legacy. He could have had a good legacy.
I have repeated this several times on this show. The group of boys that are pushing JMB, they don't love Liberia. They want that pocket fail. Now, most of the boys, they were deputy ministers, some of them were office directors, some of them were just working the government.
And they never ate like they want them.
So tell me, all the big boys, the big boys, 1 and 2 that they were talking about in the past government, how many of them you see beyond JMB talking now?
None of them. All of them stole, and then all of them stole. They stole, and then they relaxed. But this is why we want Cummings to be president, because we need accountability. You can't just keep from one government to another. You come, you steal. Liberia is not an elephant meat. We need accountability.
I don't know how you guys will look at this thing. What is so much the OMC beyond government job that why you can leave? Say you're saying, man, what thing? The old man, yourself coming desperate, we agree. Coming desperate. But the old man, he was in government before our
42 years.
Yeah, and he stayed there. He just behind one government job. Yes. What did he see there? Something there.
Well, Linfo,
yeah.
Somebody wrote on their Facebook page the other day, say this man is desperado.
Yes.
He is desperado. All right. He and Eddie had an agreement. They were going for only one term. That was the agreement they had, because they are 2 old people. So later on, because Eddie had performed so well in her first term, so say, well, let's just go through for the second term. And that's second term now was where they started to do their own thing now. It's not about the people. Yeah. And now, man, all the concession that is signed, he benefited from it. Imagine he sat down there for 12 years. His office was getting $2 million on his own office material, apart from his salary. For 12 years, calculate $2 million for 12 years you were getting. If that old man can go on T-Match that show
24 million
to say that he living on loan, it's a deceit. He got money. He's not broke.
That's the thing about this man. He's
If
deceitful. He's not honest.
Go to Wikipedia. The rich people in Liberia, he fall under them. He listed as one of the rich men in Liberia.
Of course, when you check on Google for richest people in Liberia, he sees one of them.
He's rich. He's not poor. And he pretends to be that he does not have money. That's
imagine that the old man will go to America, Costa will pick you up from the airport and carry you to Donkey Donut.
Oh, that's pretend.
A donut. Then he was standing there in front of the donut shop.
I'm telling you.
It's all pretend. And
keep suffering. And you know, during the time he was a vice president, I'm not cutting you off, in chairman. During the time this man was a vice president, I had one of my workmates who lived beside him. Do you know what he did? In the whole community, it's only his fence
that had light.
And the road to his place that had lights. All his neighbors that was around him, all of them were living in darkness. That's how mean and selfish and Joseph Boakai is.
The bottom line is
Joseph Boakai also caused his son caused the death of one of my mother's friend or husband, left all those children with that woman. But you see, Liberian people, they are just like that. They can never stand up for anything. So it's her own thing. She don't want to stand up. She don't want to talk about it. She says she want to leave it. It's okay. But we need to tell the public who JMB is. JMB is not what they're painting him to be. There are a lot of things that he did during the leadership of Madam Sally. There are a lot of people that he hurt. His children used to drive recklessly, and they went and had bad accident that killed a father who was a father to more than 5 children. And these children were left fatherless, but the mother do not want to talk because of the power that these people have. She just want to forget about it, leave it.
Let me add something on what you just said. Yeah. You see, when I say this man, he's not a leader. And I remember when Yomni was leaving, he begged Yomni to stay on for 3 months.
Yeah.
So he was afraid to lead this small group of people, and giving a small group of people to him, look at on his watch is falling apart every day.
But Chairman, we had to make noise on JMB to take that position that he is right now. We went in UP chat room and dismantled it there and say you must take that chairmanship.
It was
pressure from us,
and now he can't lead. That man is not a leader.
Let me tell you one thing. All the things we talk about, JMB is not doing this. The reason why he's even in a race, Menipaka Tumo said something the other day, which I think is real true. The only thing that making JMB relevant right now is because he's a center bearer of the Unity Party. The only thing that making him relevant. Okay, take that away from him. He got nothing left. These are people calling him ambassador or former VP. Now, the old man, I can say this, not for a fact, but I believe he doesn't really want to run. But the young people, like people like Costa, because Costa has said it repeatedly, 2029 he wants to run as president. So he pushes JMB, who is a weaker vessel compared to Cummings. That when JMB goes for 1 term, according to Costa, he would have been prepared. JMB would have prepared a way for him to go and be. You think, he said it.
If Liberian people do not learn their mistake from this bad leadership of President Weah, and you still want to make a terrible mistake by going to elect one stupid and blackmailer so-called advocate who called himself Hero Costa as president. No. We need to
first of all have to win representative seat. Let him win representative seat first.
No, we need to speak up again because if the Liberian people were brave enough to elect an incompetent footballer that do not have no experience about leadership, that his track record shows that everything he ever let fail down. He opened a boutique, failed. He opened the other business, failed. He opened the other one, everything crashed. And they still turned around and elected him as a president. Liberian people can do anything, live for.
Yeah.
Liberians are so, I don't understand. I don't understand on that, right? I don't understand how our people think. How our people think, whether their mind is being manipulated by African juju or something. I think it's not normal. They need prayer.
It's all
That
about public
country need a
information.
holy
It's all
bath.
about public information. How many of our people, even those ones that went to school, know civics? They don't know their rights. They don't know what. Let me tell you, the most single powerful thing we as citizens have, we who are not in power, but we are the majority, have is our vote. That's the most single thing, powerful thing we have. But people selling their vote for as little as $5, or they tell you they can't get in the pause, let's go vote, we'll get money.
No,
we'll
but one thing, our people need to have that sense that when they go behind that ballot, it's only them and that people. So even if somebody come and bribe them to vote for them, you take their money and eat it and go behind them and vote who you need to vote.
Andre, I gave you an example about this guy who said the drugs around town that he listened to third-hand information. Here they say, and that how he carried his own news, and then he spread that news with other people. So that's how it is. Now, I was in a village. The guy who come from farming, right? He have no radio. There's no means of what happening. And then on Sunday, they gather in a big town to just have a little quiet Sunday. Somebody came from Morovia or Kakata or somewhere and gave them some kind of false information. And that's what they run with.
That's right.
The people are not informed. So to change that Liberia, it requires a lot of work. It requires really young people who understand to get in there and say, look, this is the way to go about. Now, if I'm the bad one in a community and everybody worship me, I got little money. In the morning, people come surround my house. I gave them $2, $5. They see me as a savior. So whatever thing I tell them, that's what they go with. And the bad guys in Liberia, they're not meaning, but they have money and they have influence. Number one, Ben Nigeria or bad guy that gave people money every day. And people listen to him.
Yeah.
So that's the situation we face with. My own brother, Senator Delon, his house now famous. So to go to Delon house to get father, you can listen to him too. That's the situation we all face with.
The same man who was talking about transparency and accountability, he has turned out to be a corrupt giant.
So this is the situation we face with in Liberia. So people need to be informed, and we need a lot of Jehovah Witness kind of people to inform people of their right. They won't get money, eat her money, but think wisely. That's all.
I think we have said enough, and our time is fast spent. But I will urge us again to sit and expect. Let's retrospect or circumspect on what GMB will be saying tomorrow. Probably he might say, "Oh, we'll stay in the CPP." Nobody knows. He might say, "We'll stay in the CPP."
When he stay in the CPP, Henry Costa will slaughter him. They're going to leave.
Slaughterhouse for him tomorrow.
They are in a situation. They put in a
Look at what 37-year-old man.
What they're going to form here after if they leave the
CPP. Man what to do.
When they leave the CPP, what they're going to form is a coronation where they go. They have already crowned GMB as the president and the presidential candidate. So whether Dr. Kasa coming to join the Kasa, you're not in here, GMB. Taiwan going to join the you're not in here, that GMB. So we want to see how that coronation will work, because it's not going to be like a collaboration or what you call it, group coming together. It's going to be like everybody get going to fall under one man. So you gotta take out your own ambition.
One corrupt old man.
Yeah. But Linford, if you corrupt, these are the corrupt group. If you corrupt, I'm corrupt. We'll work together better.
Yeah.
So that would be the corrupt party now. Corrupt.
Yeah, everybody will know.
Yeah, that's corrupt against the clean hands. So I think it will be a good thing.
It'll be good. It'll be easier to divide now.
Court case, everything can finish.
Yeah.
So now the
all the people who want to go to the corrupt will your pass.
Yeah.
All the people who want to be with the good people.
I mean,
they fingering people. They be one side.
Yeah.
How they call us? We accept it.
The Musa ability that finger.
Yeah, we accept it.
So all the finger people go one side. The corrupt people go one side. So now we see who the public going to take to. The banana ure, the worker. I think where they made their money, other Liberian government, the elephant meat.
Yeah.
Those who never work in the government.
So who brought Beneda Ure in politics? My God. You try to bring a war crimes court, man. Let's clear all the people from in our country.
I'm sure this is why Mr. Cummings have been sent to court, because that's the fear.
Yeah.
When the man come, he will prosecute us. And the thing is, I'm sorry for Benela Ure. They must pray that Cummings will not be on our ticket, because when he run and win,
yes,
if that Cummings, he will be the number one person that will face that economic
yes.
Honestly.
No, let me tell you one thing. They Mr. Cummings we're talking about here. They made a different kind of man. They Mr. Cummings we're talking about a different kind of man. He's not that kind of person who will go after people. But
it's not going after people. We call it accountability. We need prosecution.
No, let me give you what he said. Day one, he's going to create a ministry called Ministry of Czar.
The corruption czar.
The corruption czar. So that ministry now will look at the past and present.
Yeah.
And then they'll go through all of what is there. So for example,
if person are you, when person are you, they'll go for you.
They will investigate me.
They will investigate now.
I'm now the city mayor. 3 months ago, I was living in Zinhos. Today, I'm living in Mansion. Where did I get that?
He wearing Gucci Chinese.
I let to read somebody comments. We get one guy who keep talking, we are dreaming this and that. My friend, if you don't dream, then you're not human being. So I don't know how you living if you're not dreaming.
Yeah, the men are dreaming.
Don't GMV will be president, you're dreaming too. So let all of us dream, yeah?
Let all of us dream, but we must dream. We must dream big.
Yeah, we dream big.
The funny thing, Jamie is my old man. When I was in Liberia, the whole of 2016, 2017, I visited him. All my childhood friends from Charlottetown, they work with him. I used to go in the office back and forth. I know you well.
See, GMB, even myself, I voted for GMB. I mean, I supported GMB in the 2017 election because I knew that he was better than we are. But now there's a new kid on the block who is much better than all of them. So I go to the. But guys, our time is up, and let's wait for tomorrow. Then Friday we'll wait for
tomorrow. We're waiting for tomorrow. JMB Friday will crucify you on the bottom line.
I'm going to
wait. Like I said, JMB might just surprise us. The old man might get Calote. Why we thinking you say no?
No. Before we go, let me say something here, Linfo. If you're wise men in a house are the elderly person, and then you come together, they have something in the document say consensus building.
Yeah.
Where the group of them will meet and sit down, say, look, let me go first, and then later you go. But there was no discussion. So if he was wise enough, he had Cummings been friendly for 40 years. He's the older one. If I, in his case, I will call Cummings and say, begin, let's do it this way, the Liberian way. Yeah. That is, let me run a thing for 2 years, and I give it to you. That happened in the UK here between Gordon Brown and Tony Blair. They had an agreement that I will run for X number of years, then you come in. In his case, because he's so desperate to be as desperado, I would say, look, my Pekin, let me put me in front, but you will run the thing from behind.
Yeah.
And then after 2 years, I step aside at least, and then you can run it. That's what the
consensus. You're dreaming now. Say, Lord, wait until tomorrow.
Wait and see. Where JMB gonna do tomorrow?
He's gonna leave because if he does not leave, Costa will slaughter him. I keep saying it. They're gonna go.
You start calling this insignificant.
He the one said that
he's not.
brought this man career
He's making
back.
himself to be relevant. He's not. He's just a bad boy who
the little boy.
exposed,
Let me tell you,
who
the boy
gave
had lost
information to the government to secretly kill innocent people. Patriots who are standing up against corruption.
Costa had lost relevance in the real government. He had told a lot of things about real government that are not true. And look at the mega, you got almost 2,000 people watching you. Then every time you put in your call, you got me 4 or 5 people calling. So there are a few people, all the people that follow him, they're not for him, but we're not going to hear nonsense.
Indian people.
Yeah, but let's say thank you to Paul from the UK, Andric from Belgium. And thank you to myself. I can't leave myself.
Thank you so much, Lynn, for your
So tomorrow, let's keep our ears open to the father of the CPP. Let's give him a respect. Let's hear what he's going to say tomorrow. From there now, then we'll know what to start with.
The father of the CPP is a coward. He needs to wear tracing.
I mean, he's going to stand down tomorrow and say, look, I can't stand it. I'm too old now.
Hey, you see, I said, look. A lot of things going in my head. The woman will say,
if JMB does that, he's going to be well respected forever. His legacy is going to go down in history for this.
No, he desperado. He's not going to do that. I'm sorry.
Let's hope for the better.
On that note, we like to say thanks a lot for those of you who watch us. And for those of you, our guys who came and started commenting, yes, Spencer, and the rest of you guys. And Prince from Cyprus, you can call us next time. Give us your opinion. Trust me, I think you're watching us. All the 3 of us here, we don't agree with each other most of the time. We differ on issues. So if we differ with you as a caller or as somebody who is commenting, that doesn't mean we don't like you. But it's just that we all can think the same way. Everybody, if we all think the same way, we'll be like animal. You see the ends?
That's the beauty of it.
When one ends going, all I don't follow that one.
Live for that old male. Live for got a lot of parables.
We are not ends. We all can follow one person. So we all got
that driver is.
Yeah, you see, driver, and when one going, thousands of them will follow that one. No democracy in the kingdom. No democracy in the ends kingdom.
No. That dictatorship complete.
So
we want no ends kingdom in Liberia. We're tired.
Yeah, thank you for watching us, and we hope that you can join us next Friday. That just 2 days from now, the 3rd day, we'll be here, and we'll be here discussing a lot of things, and we hope that something will come from the court, as well as something good will come from GMB, or something bad will come from there. We keep hoping. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and
for watching. A good night from my end.
And good night
thanks to all our viewers.
Yeah, and this is how we like to leave you.
My name is Alexander Cummings, and I want to work with honest men and women to change Liberia for the better. I want to open the doors of governance to all capable persons. I want to use the collective brain power of all of our men and women. I want to build a nation of self-sufficiency. I want to build an environment that thrives on and promotes a vibrant Liberian private sector. I want to ensure that we are a nation where education is key in all of our national development priorities. I want to create and nurture a development agenda that ensures our young people have jobs when they graduate from school. I want to create an environment where our women have access to equal opportunities in every aspect of our society. I want to promote a system that uses our country's natural resources for the benefit of all. I want to see our country flourish beyond our wildest imagination. We are capable of doing it if we work together. We may not all agree all of the time, but we can set aside our differences and work towards charting a new course without the infighting, backbiting, and backstabbing. Whether you're a member of the ANC, ALP, LP, or UP, we must channel our support for individual candidates into championing our collective objective, defeating the Weah administration in the 2023 presidential and legislative elections, and ushering in a governance more prepared, more capable, more experienced, more skilled, and more honest men and women. With your help, we can move Liberia to being a better country. I thank you. God bless you and God bless Liberia.